Hey guys, here. So today I'm going to go through the top 5 players at each position on defense in Madden Ultimate Team 22. So let's start. We got I would say 5 interior defensive linemen, edge, drop, linebacker, cornerback, safety. So that ends up with 5 different positions to go through. So let's get into it. And let's gonna go through number 5 on the interior defensive lineman. I think he's probably gonna get upgraded at latest at Halloween, as he usually does. It's Aaron Donald, the number 5. I just think he's not thick enough. I really do love defensive linemen and really offensive linemen for that matter to weight this year, and I think it definitely matters not so much in the pass rush but against the run. And I do believe like the run is currently underutilized right now, so Donald's still a base elite card, probably the highest rated, I think, yeah, definitely the highest rated base elite in game and on my lists. So overall, decent finesse move, power move, block shed, it's all good. But 280 for an interior defensive lineman, you're like, okay, you would kind of want a little higher. Over 300 would be nice. 75 speed is also not top end for like an edge if I were to put him out there instead. Even though, you know, you can say one or the other. But at the edge, I want guys a little bit faster to chase down the quarterbacks that we see right now, because quarterbacks are fast in this year's game. So number 4, I'm going to get into a little bit of a thicker spot with Reggie White. I'm currently watching the Chiefs-Ravens. Chiefs just fumbled. Oh, man, fourth quarter. Did they just seal the game, seal the fate? But Reggie White, I probably should have recorded this earlier. Why do I always leave this to the end? Reggie White, I also like the traits on some of these cards, right? Reggie's got very nice traits. Oh, wait, you guys aren't seeing that right now. Strips ball, no. Yes, I'm big hitter, high motor, utilizer. So, like, I don't know how much traits matter. Like, I wish EA would come out and say how much they truly matter. I know you want power move or finesse move, or ideally both of them, over 90. Block shed is what it is. I think at 90 they get, like, better unique moves. But Reggie White right here, he is 291, so he's not 300. A little thicker than Donald, a little faster, and pretty decent other stats versus him. So that's why he's my number 4 at the moment. Marcus Spears will be my number 3. And why is Spears above Reggie? Because he's thicker. And Spears has shown up for me quite a lot, actually, because I've used him quite a bit. 80 speed, so he's faster. 315, so he is pretty heavy there. 88 power move. He's got lower finesse move than Reggie, but, you know, power move's still solid. Block shed, I believe it's the same as the last 2. So overall, very nice. Traits not nearly as good, but overall, this guy has come out to play, and I really enjoy the 80 speed from a more thicker interior type of guy. At that position, it's very rare to have a fast, quick interior defensive lineman. All right, Fletcher Cox, he gets this because of, well, he's just really high overall. He is slower. He's more of like a nose tackle. 310 here. Block shed is 90. Power moves 91. So you got both those over 90, which is really nice. Some people believe in strength quite a bit. I have not seen any testing this year. I'd love to see YouTube videos on strength and how much it makes a difference on D-line. But Cox is number 2 due to basically being like very good at everything defensive lineman except for, you know, the top end speed. And talking about very good at everything, this Warren Sapp is run defense, right? You don't even need to put like inside stuff on him. You can't put inside stuff on him, but this Warren Sapp plays out of his mind. He's a little slower than some of the other guys. Nice power move, finesse move, block shed 91. He also goes on, you know, the number 1 theme team in the game, and then I think probably one of the top 5 also. So he's right there on theme teams. 303 over 300, so he's not a skinny boy too. And Warren Sapp, if you got him out there, you know how he plays, and I don't think this is probably the most for sure rating out of the entire list that I have, maybe outside of one other. All right, let's move on to the next subjects. Edge rushers. Who's coming off the edge for us? And who's taking down that quarterback? Basically, what you need on the edge is like high pass rush moves. Block shed is really nice to stop the run, and then like speed in order to stop a lot of the mobile quarterbacks that people are using. You don't see a lot of pocket passes right now because we don't see a lot of gunslingers that are guys that are slow. Whereas guys like you know, Zach Wilson's actually got like 80 speed, so you're gonna run into Zach Wilson or Danny Dimes quite a bit out there. Even some Vince Youngs, which almost nobody's gonna be able to catch Vince Young, but you will be able to pressure him quite a bit more, and sometimes make a mistake. So let's go here. Actually, for edges, let's go right there. Number 5, I did put Mr. Ware here, 86 speed on the edge, along with some decent finesse move. Not the greatest power move, but decent block shed too. So an all-around solid player, and I do really want that 86 speed off the edge, because when you shed, you got to be able to take down that quarterback for me, because sometimes sheds are random, and then once you do get that randomness, you need to make it count. Another guy that's fast and is able to shed quite a bit. Pass run, well balanced there. Montez Sweat. 87 speed on his 89 overall, 89 finesse move. And then he has block shot at 85, which is a little bit worse. So he's kind of a downsized or a downward breeze in autumn fall, downward. I don't know, autumn falls against the run for that in Montez Sweat. So number 3 then will be one of the newer release guys. Mega expensive. Myles Garrett, like, whoa, number 3. Who could be better than Myles Garrett? He's like the highest rated card in the game. 82 speed, 90 finesse, 92 power, 88 block shot. We see a lot of 88 block shots out there, but basically he's here for the power move and finesse move. This looks like a pretty important 4th and 1 here, and Lamar got it. Looks like the Ravens win the game. All right, so overall, that's why he's the number 3. The reason he's number 3, though, is the 82 speed. I've been talking about the importance of speed to chase down quarterbacks for a while now. So Montez, like, I feel like Myles Garrett, if you want a guy to chase down, Montez your guy. But like Myles Garrett feels like more of like a tweener at the moment. Doesn't have that like 87 speed that you kind of want, but he does have the top end power move, finesse move. So it's tough. Like he might be it for like just getting off blocks against the pass, but man, you need to be able to close on quarterbacks in this game. And I feel like Derek Thomas actually does that better. So while Derek Thomas will have worse other stats, Derek Thomas is also a trait god, right? If you care about traits, he's got them all, okay? He does have block shot at 88, just like Garrett. His power move and finesse move are a little bit lower, but he does have more speed. So it really depends on what you're looking at for your roster, right? And I think on the edge, give me Derek over Myles, not only due to affordability, but just the overall production. As I've had both of them on my roster for a while now, and I'll tell you, Derek does get a little bit more production than Myles. I've seen Derek show up. I have not seen Myles show up right now. Number 1 off the edge will be Kevin Green. He combines basically everything we want out of what I've been talking about, everything below this on the edge, right? Kevin Green right here, 87 speed, so he's got the top end speed for the position. He also has top end block shot for the position, and then 90 finesse move, which allows him to get around blocks. Now his power move is really low, but I do not feel like it affects him that much. This guy's been an absolute animal for me. Basically, him and Sapp have been able to make my defense, my 2-4-5, into the productive, like dominant force that it can be. You know, we'll still have a lot of touchdowns, as that's the way Madden 22 is, but his ability to track down quarterbacks, get off the edge fast and hard, and take them down has been the reason I've been able to get stops before and sacks. So Kevin Green's my number 1 edge. I just think the way that I've used him on the field, the way that he's played on the field for me, makes him number 1. All right, drop linebackers. Lull. Linebackers don't jump. How are you going to drop them into coverage? Right? When they literally don't play coverage. Number 3, I'll put as Junior Seau. Number 2, I'll do as Devin White. Number 1, though, lull. I mean, you can use them, but like we don't got Lurker activated yet. Some people have had success with pick specialists, but overall, you gotta have safeties at linebacker. It's awful how they've coded the game to make linebackers basically useless, right? Like my biggest thing, like when I played that like college mode they had, and like I had to sub out Ray Lewis because he literally couldn't play defense for me, was one of the most devastating like things that I've ever seen in Madden. Like, can you imagine Ray Lewis in college and how much better he was than everybody? And then like playing Madden, you know, a football simulator, be like, no, sorry, Ray, you literally can't do your job out there. You're just not good. I had taps playing in my head out of that one. All right, so a position that matters, cornerback. What do we got here? Number 5. Like, I don't want to put anybody number 5. I think the top 4 are so spectacularly better than the number, like anything below it. Like, if we're going to go with like, I will say close. Like, these guys are close to me, right? I know a lot of people talk about Antrell Roll, but I think you get 90 zone or you get off my field, right? I'm a zone main. I know, like, guys are man-made and mains, and guys that like, you know, Buchanan, some of these guys that are on your theme teams or whatever, they're fast, right? Morneau, Dante, they're fast. You can run man with them. Great, good for you. But the way I play defense is zone, okay? So if you play man specifically, okay, you can use them. They're great for you. But how I'm going to rate them is based off how they play in zone out there for me. All right? Now, you should mix in man, and all these guys can play man well, right? Specifically since this guy is a man corner, Revis. But I think zone matters so much that I can't rate anybody near these guys. You got to have 88 plus zone on your card the chemistry up to 90 for the +2s there. So Revis, 89 speed, 88 zone, 88 man. So he's a man-to-man corner, so he doesn't get like, mid-zone elite or anything like that. Traits, plays balls in air, aggressive. I really haven't seen anything about that at all. The thing is, he's 5'11", so I do think height matters quite a bit this year for receivers and DBs. As you've seen the one-man interactions. They took out a lot of two-man interactions in this game. There's very few of those left, so height matters. You can really spec catch dudes, so you really want it out there. Revis has gotten spec caught over for me a few times, and it's been very frustrating, but overall, I do like the way he reacts in zone and stuff out there as a corner when I'm throwing there. Better than what it has been for the other corners. We'll say that. It's not perfect yet, not even close, but it is the way it is. Marcus Peters is number 3 for me. Now, he is the newest, highest overall corner on the block. He does get to that coverage, man coverage. But at that level, I really want higher than 89 speed, right? For being this expensive, what is he at right now? 800K. For being 800K, 89 speed, I feel like doesn't cut it. I feel like we're about to get with Team Diamonds much better speed than that. At least like some guys hitting 90, 91 there. So I don't love it. Agility isn't extraordinarily high. Say we change of direction. You can power that out to get to 90 overall. I don't know if there's a threshold there for agility to change direction, but the higher the better. So overall, I like him. His block shed's only 55 and his tackling 70. Now keep that in your mind. Hit power 64. Keep these numbers in your mind for when we go to some of the other positions here. And sometimes I think putting in safeties at corner is kind of a better move right now, because a lot of guys throw the flat, and you want to punish dudes that throw the flat, right? You want to have Sean Taylor. You want to have, no spoilers, but you want to have big, absolutely hammers there to nail the dudes. Okay, so just remember that. Peters doesn't have the hammer like some other guys we're going to see here a little bit higher up. All right, number 2, I like Patrick Surtain, number 2. Again, he is a man-to-man type corner. 89 speed right there with Peters, and he's 6'2". You guys know what I just said about height and how important it is. Block shed 65, so better Peters there. Hit power, same thing. But overall, I think getting that height, and he's way more affordable, right? 210, 199 on the PlayStation and an Xbox. This Surtain, if you need a topping corner, this should be your dude. This absolutely the number 1 corner you should get first, because of how affordable it is for the overall. The reason that he's number 1 is because the actual number 1 and actual play out there is Mike Haynes, and he's over twice the price right here. So, well, I guess you can get the lower end Mike Haynes. You can get the 91 Mike Haynes is still 4 over twice the price. The limit is 769. So both of them are double to triple the price of Surtain. So definitely get Surtain first. This card, 91 speed, 6'2" again. Look at that, 81 block shed, 81 hit power. He is like a safety there at corner. I love this card. This is like Mel Blount. Like if Mel Blount came out today with these stats, I'd be satisfied, right? Obviously, if Mel Blount comes out, I think he should have better stats because, and it's cards, as we move along through the year, cards get better in stats. That's how much it is. But overall, like 91 zone stock. They don't even need the chems for that stuff. This is going to be a corner on a lot of teams for a long time. If you move them, if you start to get faster corners, you move them off the outside. This is a great nickel corner. A phenomenal guy right there. That height. He also has the best theme team right there. Patriots aren't terrible either. So yeah, Haynes you're going to see on a lot of teams for a long time. That number 1, I don't even know if it's... I mean, it's close, but it's not really close between him and Surtain. So it is what it is. All right, let's scroll on down to safeties. Who are the top 5 safeties? Let's go with number 5. I'm going to go with Mr. Rodney Harrison, last week's team of the week. Let me filter for safeties here. We're going to bind free and strong. Rodney, 88 speed does kind of harm him, along with 6'1", right? You want that 6'2", 6'3". You want that as high as possible. 6'1's not bad. He's not a shorty out there. He has 91 zone stock, man coverage 79. So if you run him in man coverage, you're going to feel a little bit of pain right there. Tackling, block shed's only 79, but does have a high end hit power. So while he might not be able to get off blocks as well, although there's not a ton of receivers out there that are going to be having a higher block shed than that, so or run blocking. So we should be pretty good right there. Impact 80, pursuit 84, could be higher, but overall, a tackling fool. I actually don't mind this guy if you just throw him at cornerback, right? If you don't run man coverage, if you run zone, Rodney Harrison, along with some of these other safeties, you're going to want to have all of them out on the field, all right? So 88 speed, like I said, man coverage, not great. Pressed zone, you're going to get beat over the top by like the Galloways, especially theme team Galloways out there. So that's nothing you can do. So make sure and use your players correctly. That's all I got to say, right? Make sure and scheme them correctly, right? You don't want to get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up the butcher's ass. and selling a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves, but I sure can do something with brake pads. Anyways, Roy Williams. Roy Williams right here. 89 Roy. And sorry. Roy Williams, 92 Roy. That's the one we want. 425 is it for this limited time Roy Williams. Okay? And I like it. 6 foot, not overly tall, but good enough. High-end block shed, high-end hit power, tackling, speed 90. Overall, pretty good. Cowboys-Bengals theme team. And that's all I got to say about it, right? A little bit faster than Rodney is why he's here. And he's still got the zone coverage and basically everything else Rodney does. So, Roy Williams, I like him. And basically everything I just said about Rodney Harrison can be said about Roy Williams, just a little bit faster. Now, this one might be a little controversial. I don't know. I'm going to go number 3, and I'm actually going to combine it. It's whatever use you want. Now, Megatron was $30 in the store, and you might not have Megatron. You might not put money into the game. But Divine Diablo, he's basically Cam Chancellor, but you don't have to do 80,000 passing yards, 25,000 rushing yards, and all that terrible grind that I had to go through and other people go through. But these cards themselves are glorious, amazing, phenomenal users, right? Especially once you throw him on a Las Vegas Raiders theme team, right? He's on one of the best theme teams, or the best theme team in the game. 6'3" for Divine. With the speed, acceleration, agility, it could be a little bit higher, but 87 is not terrible. Change direction could be higher. But overall, man, 90 hit power, 84 block shed for a safety. He doesn't get the zone up to 90, which is why I think he's best as a user. Definitely user this guy, right? As a sub linebacker. This is what a sub IRL he's a linebacker, but this is what a sub linebacker in this game, or a real linebacker, should be. So they made him relevant. They made him into a safety. If he was a linebacker, he'd be awful. All right. So I guess I could show Megatron too. Megatron right here, 88 speed, 6'5" is why he's a great user. I've lurked so many dudes trying to throw the ball 10 to 15 yards behind them, and you just strafe up and pick it. Or sometimes I don't even strafe, and I still pick that. Nice spec catch for those. But yeah, he's a little bit worse against the run than Divine Diablo. So I could totally see the love for Divine, who's a little bit faster than Megatron. Megatron's pretty agile though for how tall he is. Number 2, and I think number 1 and 2 are kind of, they got it all, right? They got the high end hit power of Diablo along with the top end zone coverage. Sean Taylor right here, 91 speed. He's on the football team theme team. You can boost that up kind of higher because there is a strat card specifically for him that goes in a 5th spot that boosts his speed up 1. So he goes even higher. With that, you got to power him up, and you got to get him the strat card to get him up to 90 zone. Once he gets that, he is a beautiful safety no matter where you put him on the field. Block shed 79, hit power 91. He really is an absolute destroyer of worlds. A Thanos back there almost. And I do like Sean Taylor. Now, of course, all the traditional zones and drops will apply to Sean Taylor like they do every other DB in the game. And the number 1, most powerful player on defense right now in the game, Cam Chancellor. It makes sense. It's Muttmaster. I do got to go for Chancellor, and I got to look at him this way. Where's the upgrade all the way? Isn't there an upgrade all the way on this website? Maybe not. I guess I can turn on. I could have really. There we go. I guess we got to do it through this. All right. Through the compare tool. 92 speed. Of course, he goes on every single theme team. So that can be boosted up to 95 speed. Just with the 25 theme team. Acceleration, tackle, play rec, pursuit, man coverage. Show them all. Block shed 87. Catching's low. Like I said, everybody's gonna even Megatron will drop picks. It's just the nature of the game this year. It's frustrating. But yeah, great. Everything's great. Man coverage maybe should be a little bit higher. Or you'd want it a little bit higher, but yeah. I have him at nickel spot right now. I have out my way on him, which it's those automatic block sheds on any sort of receivers, running backs, that kind of stuff. I think it's tight ends too. And at nickel, I love him, right? I think I love him a lot better than any other position. I was using him, but he's the best CPU player in the game. So I was like, wait, why should I use him when he's the best for the CPU? Once Diablo came out, it became such an easy decision. Put him there, let the computer do its work, lay some hit sticks. Cam Chancellor's going to get you a lot of turnovers. There's the top 5 at every position. Obviously, this is an amateur division. Taiwan's number 1 everywhere. And that's it. That's it for the list. Let me know where you guys agree, disagree. And please like it. Thumb up. Please subscribe. We'll go over 100K this year. We're going to make it, boys. We're all going to make it. All right? Thanks for watching. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.